Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into The Platform 2, the highly anticipated sequel to the 2019 cult hit The Platform directed by Galder Gaztelu-Arusha. This dystopian thriller is packed with hidden details, symbolism, and plenty of unanswered questions that will leave you thinking long after the credits roll. In this video, we'll break down the movie's key themes, explain its mind-bending ending, and uncover the meaning behind some of its more obscure moments. Let's jump in. The Platform 2 kicks off with an intense scene that sets the tone for the rest of the movie. We're introduced to Zamiatin, one of the many prisoners in the pit, who is tempted by the idea of eating food from someone above him. However, those on the upper floors preach solidarity, encouraging restraint so that everyone in the pit can get their fair share. This opening sequence introduces two factions: the Loyalists, who advocate for solidarity and self-control, and the Barbarians, who prioritize survival above all, consuming whatever they can. This tension between collective responsibility and selfishness serves as the main conflict throughout the film. Zamiatin's cellmate, Perempuin, initially supports the Loyalists' ideology, but as the horrors of the pit unfold, she gradually changes sides, reflecting the shift from idealism to brutal realism. Throughout the film, flashbacks reveal Perempuin's backstory. She was a successful artist, but her negligence led to the death of her boyfriend's child in a freak accident involving one of her sculptures. Instead of accepting responsibility, she used her wealth to avoid punishment, but her guilt eventually consumed her. Imprisoning herself in the pit was her way of seeking atonement for her sins. By the end of the movie, she achieves this by sacrificing herself to ensure the child from level 333 reaches the surface, offering him a chance at a better life. Zamiatin's storyline also highlights a struggle for redemption. He enters the pit with a facade, claiming he abandoned his family and burned down his parents' home. But through flashbacks, we learn that his family left him, and his parents sent him to the pit to discipline him. Over time, the deprivation in the pit strips away his delusions, and he confronts the harsh realities of his life. In a final act of truth, Zamiatin jumps to the bottom of the pit, rejecting the lies he once told himself. The climax of The Platform 2 centers on Perempuin and her moral transformation. After a bloody war erupts between the Loyalists and Barbarians, Perempuin is seemingly left for dead. She survives by blocking her airways with a torn piece of the famous painting the dog, a symbol we'll dive into later. By doing this, she avoids inhaling the toxic gas used by the pit's cleaners to subdue the prisoners. When Perempuin regains consciousness, she is strapped into the harness used to collect dead bodies. But as she descends to the mysterious level 333, she sees something unexpected: a child being cared for by the cleaners at the very bottom of the pit. Perempuin faces a life-altering decision. She can escape and return to the surface, or stay behind to protect the innocent child from the terrors of the pit. Haunted by her past, she chooses to save the child, realizing this is her path to redemption. However, during the rescue, she hits her head, symbolizing that, like Goring in the first film, she is unlikely to survive. This act of selflessness is a stark contrast to her earlier life choices, where she had avoided accountability for her past mistakes. In letting the child ascend, Perempuin embraces her redemption, accepting that her own freedom from guilt comes at the cost of her life. As the platform descends even further, Perempuin experiences what can be seen as her own purgatory. She encounters projections of other prisoners, including Zamiatin, who encourage her to let the child ascend. According to director Galder Gaztelu-Arusha, this level does not physically exist. It's a manifestation of Perempuin's dying mind, a place where she finally confronts her guilt and achieves forgiveness. The child's innocence and purity symbolize a hope for change in the world above, and by allowing the child to ascend while she stays behind, Perempuin frees herself from her inner torment. She redeems herself and escapes her self-imposed purgatory, though not in the way she had initially expected. A key piece of symbolism in The Platform 2 is Francisco de Goya's painting The Dog. In the movie, the painting reflects Perempuin's journey. Like the dog struggling against an overwhelming force, Perempuin fights against her inner demons. When she swallows a piece of the painting, she metaphorically takes responsibility for her past actions and accepts the suffering that comes with them. The pit itself, with its 333 levels, echoes the third circle of hell from Dante's Inferno, which punishes gluttons. The total number of prisoners 666 references the biblical number of the beast, symbolizing humanity's darker side. And much like the story of the Tower of Babel, the characters in the platform to struggle to achieve salvation through self-glorification. Only when Perempuan and others accept their flaws and surrender to their suffering do they find redemption. The platform to presents the pit as more than just a prison, it's a metaphor for purgatory. Every character inside is grappling with their own sins, and the choices they make determine whether they descend further into their personal hell or find redemption. The mid-credits scene hints at a larger world, with many such pits across the globe. A potential third movie could explore these other locations and delve deeper into the authorities' true intentions. But for now, the platform 2 leaves us with more questions than answers. While the administration's purpose of conducting the social experiment in the pit remains unclear, it seems like they do not wish to encourage solidarity among the prisoners. Instead, they only want to observe what leads to them acting in solidarity. Put simply, the prisoners are mere lab rats for the administration to understand the depths of human behavior, probably because they wish to implement their findings in the real world to establish control. As shown in the Platform 2's ending, the children, too, are mere ploys in the experiment. The fact that the authority does not even spare children highlights how far they are willing to go to exert control over the masses. That's it for today's breakdown of the Platform 2. What did you think of the movie's ending? Do you have your own theories about the pit or the authorities' true purpose? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.